is a game I heard about like more than a year ago, and I thought that was the one game that I thought, hey, if I had a game like that, this is me responding to it being told, it being described to me. I might get a Wii U for that, but I feel like they just waited too long. I feel like this would have been an awesome game to be put out 2 years ago. So that's that. The other big ones I want to talk about is the Final Fantasy VII remake. Again, man, exactly the same sentiment. I feel like this would have been an awesome game 2 to 5 years ago. Still could be awesome. I'm not as wild about Final Fantasy VII as I think a lot of gamers are, particularly, well, I guess younger gamers isn't necessarily true, but Final Fantasy VII struck a chord with a lot of people that it just kind of missed with me, I think. But there you go, remake. I know a lot of people waited a long time for a remake of FF7, so yeah, apparently you're going to get it. And the big one for me is Doom 4, 5? The new Doom. Doom 4. It's 4, right? Doom 4. Doom 4 looks like it could be great. I still follow a lot of the heavy Doom fanic, I guess would be the word, the heavy Doom fan culture. Doom still has a thriving mod scene. You know, we had Brutal Doom that came out a bit ago and kind of breathed some new life into it. Last thing I checked out for Doom was a complete audio mod which replaced all of the sound effects with pew-pews that one guy had recorded all with his mouth, and I thought that was kind of fun. But anyway, new Doom's coming out, and it's great to see. It looks like the new Doom is kind of going back to the heavy mayhem feeling of the first two games, as opposed to the tension and not being able to see a lot of the third game. Third game wasn't bad. I know a lot of people knock that third game, but I had a good time with it. But it's nice to see them going back to their roots a little bit. One thing I will say about this new Doom is that there was a screenshot taken of it that was circulated around on the internet where a user had edited it and changed the color palette. And all they did was make the enemies redder, make the walls blacker, and make the blood brighter. They changed the palette to make it look a lot more like the original Doom games, and man, was it an improvement. And the text was, all they needed was to show that there are colors other than brown. So, I hope the developers take a page from that book, I guess would be the words you say. So that's what's going on with E3. There's other stuff being announced, but I haven't been watching the conference. I never watch the conference. All I do is pick up the highlights after the fact. That's where I live as far as E3 is concerned. I don't want to stay glued to a monitor for 3 days just so that I can pick up about one game that I think might be interesting. So, I don't know. That's where I'm at. Because I know there's other stuff like Call of Duty's got a new one coming out, and a resounding from the rest of video games. Yeah, so that's E3. In other news, we have the Steam summer sales going on in full swing, and I'm going to be leaving for vacation in the middle of these, so I'm going to miss the tail end. But I like what they did with the Steam summer sales this year. They have a game. They have a video game that you can play, and it's not a game that you buy. It's something you click into from the Steam page. And deals and stuff are based on the results of this game. So they did something. They did a cool promotion that doesn't involve spending money. Bravo, Steam. I'm going to be a curmudgeon on this one and say Summer Sale 2011 with the achievement hunting was better, but this is a massive, massive improvement from last year. So some of the gets on my end as far as the Steam Summer Sale is, hang tight 1 second, I'm going to bring it up. Summer Sale 2015. I picked up Nidhogg for $1.50. Darabka the Gaming Beast was nice enough to pick me up a copy of Dungeons & Dragons Chronicles of Mysteria, which we got to play once so far. Chronicles of Mysteria, get yourself Joy to Key and play it with an arcade stick. That is the way that game is played. Enjoying that very much. I also got heavy into shmups over the past week. There is a collection of budget shmups called the Gundalium Collection, and the names of these three games are a little bit difficult to pronounce and spell, making them even more difficult to look up on Steam. But they're budget shmups, and they have the sprites are a bit on the cutesy and oversized side, but not too bad. I mean, I never had a problem with them, but I read that on a store page that some people are like, sprites a little bit oversized. Here's what how you can tell what I'm talking about. If you've ever played a shmup and you look at your character and you have to wonder, all right, where exactly is the hitbox? Then you know you got a little bit of an oversized sprite. But again, not too bad. I've been playing Gundeadligen, Gundeadligne, all one word. I've been playing that with the arcade stick. Got a few other bits and bobs. I picked up RPG Maker 2003. There's a game called Phoenix Force, which looks a lot like Dragon Spirit for the NES. Got that. Chip's Challenge sequel, Chuck's Challenge 3D. I'm not going to read the whole list. I'm mostly been playing this Gundalian game, and I got to play Dungeons & Dragons with Darabka. And that's pretty much been the sale, man. I'm watching the flash sales and whatnot to see what else drifts through that might be worth picking up on a flash sale, but I think as far as the regular sales are concerned, I think I'm done for this year. But I picked up a good bit, man. Early last year, I started making new categories for the holiday sales. So when I buy a game during a sale, I put it in the summer sale to 2015 category. Makes it easier to play some of these games. So going back to winter of 2014, see, this sale I got 17 games, and then last winter I picked up 19, but last summer I only picked up 13. So, and I'm looking at the 13 that I picked up. Last year at this sale, I got Skullgirls, which was a huge get. Love that game. Still play it. Local multiplayer with my big brother whenever he comes over. Yeah, I didn't get a lot of games this last year, but it looks like I got a few good ones. I got the original Descent, which I actually played and had a good time with. Free Space I never played even once. I have it on GOG and I played it a couple times there, but I picked up Free Space last year and never got it even once. I got this game called, and I want to see if I can try and pronounce this right, Mitsugori Kamuhaki, which is basically a 3D arena fighter. Played that a bit. That's pretty much it. I Divine Cybermancy. Played that for 16 minutes. Steam summer sales. What am I at? I think I just passed 1,300 games. Yeah, 1,305 games in my Steam account now. And growing. Alright, boys and girls. I'm going to be gone next week. Again, July 1st is when TCR returns. That's not a Monday. It's like middle of the week. But I'm coming back on a Monday. I won't be able to put a show together in one day. So I'll put something together. Hopefully I'll have time to do one of these quick drops in the subsequent week. But just bear in mind, if you head over to TigerClawTV.com, there's a link to the TigerClaw Radio archive. Nearly all the episodes I've done in my 6 years on the air are all available, with the exception of a couple MP3s that got lost for some reason. So go check those out. I would recommend starting at the most recent in the archive and working your way backwards, because TCR, when it started, I mean, I know it's rough now, but it was really rough at the beginning. So to everyone out there listening, thanks so much, and I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome week.